Are you ready?
I know she ready.
Kiki, are you ready? Bayou Diva, let them know that you're ready.
It's Thursday night, they at it again. You got it locked into the ladies then. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popping in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait till a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message. Ain't no room for hating, enjoy the entertainment. You are locked in to the ladies' den. So there's no confusion, they love what they're doing. You are locked in to the ladies' den.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.
What's up, you guys? What's up, Key? Where you at? Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh, wait. Shoot. Oh,
I'm a big girl. I can add myself.
girl, listen. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Mm.
How are you?
Ah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ladies' Den. I'm probably not going to be doing too much talking tonight
Sound like you struggling.
because I have no voice yelling at Mardi Gras. Had an amazing time.
Well, good for
Spent some time with my family. I had some friends go up with me, and we had, as you can tell, amazing time. Amazing time. But Kiki, how was yours? You went home too, right?
I did go home. Had a great weekend. Yeah. All was well. Yeah.
So they didn't cancel y'all's like they canceled ours, right?
Um I think I'm trying to see. I think they did one of the nights they canceled. And then I think on the final day, I think they moved them up. I didn't stay down there. I
Okay.
came back. Yeah, I came back Sunday. So I didn't catch the days that like normally I do Sunday and Monday down there.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, I was back here on Sunday, which is like I said, it's fine. I still
But I mean, it's home for us. We've been there, so we
right,
we catch
exactly.
what we want to catch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I did get a chance to see the Dragon Parade, which is the Saturday night parade, one of the biggest parades. Like I said, I didn't do Sunday or Monday, but Joe Kane Sunday or Skinny Monday. But that's Lord's willing, that's my objective. Like I said, because I had other plans for March. So, but that's my objective to be down there, next year prayerfully, till then. Because like I said, I love and I enjoy being with my family. I love being around my family, the cousins, everybody. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if anybody knows me, just like you, I love my family.
Family.
I don't mind. I shout it to the world.
Some of them you could deck in the eye. Some of them you could deck in the eye, but you
I
still
mean,
love them,
hey, it comes with the territory.
right?
But for the most part, they look for me to come home. And
Yeah.
that, again, that's the beautiful thing, not only to be liked by your people, I mean to be loved by your people, but they actually like you. So they
Like
like
you,
to be around
right.
you.
Some family members just love you because they know they have
absolutely,
to, but they don't like
but
you.
they don't want to be around you.
Yeah, and
And
that's why I
I'm
put
just
on my post. I love going. Sometimes I hate going home, but then at the same time, I love going home because when it's time to leave, I never want to leave my family. We
never.
have so much fun, and it just brings back those memories of
Yeah.
childhood, hanging with your cousins,
Yeah, and you can
and
never
y'all just
leave
can't
when
stop
you say you're
laughing.
gonna leave. I never I never leave unless I'm on someone else's time.
Yes.
I never leave when I'm supposed to.
Yeah. Well, that's one reason why I always try to make sure people go with me. Because you on my time. I don't
Yeah,
go with other people. You go with me on my time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I pick the time we leave. I pick the time we go. I do all of that. But it was just so much fun. And I hadn't been to a Mardi Gras in like 3 years. So
Okay.
it was just so much fun, man. I was like, oh, I miss home so much. I
Yeah,
miss home. I miss
yeah.
home. But I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you're back safe. I'm glad I'm back
You
safe.
as
I had
well.
too
You as
much of a
well.
good
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I want to, oh, well, first of all, as you know, you guys, we always feature different beverage, a different drink from different vendors, or it's a little something we make up. But tonight, y'all, I'm just drinking on some plain old Minute Maid fruit punch, no alcohol. I've had enough alcohol to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure.
So I'm just drinking on some plain old fruit punch and ice. That is it for
I am,
tonight.
I am sure you've had your
No
share.
alcohol for a minute.
I'm
For a
sure
minute,
you've
okay?
had your share.
So what you drinking, Key?
I bet agua,
I
H2O.
listen, baby. I understand. I understand.
I've been taking shots for I mean this week it's been a pretty busy, you know, I'm not stressful, I'm not gonna say stressful, just been really, really, really busy. So I've been coming home taking shots
Mm.
to get me through. I take it and then I said I lay it down. Normally I'm really a night owl. I'm up like
Yeah,
literally
I am
all
too.
times of
I am
night.
too.
But lately it's just I'm like I come home, I be leaning coming into the house because I I be wanting to go home. I mean come home, take a nap, wake up and go to bed. That's just how I feel.
I
I be
feel
telling them,
you,
I say,
sis.
y'all,
I feel you.
I said,
I
I'm
feel
going
you.
home. I said, I'm going home and take me a nap and I'm gonna wake up and then I'm going to bed. They was like, what? I was like, yeah,
I
that's what
tell you,
happened when you did.
that's exactly what I did on yesterday. When I got
Uh-huh.
home, I came in, I dropped the bags, I took a nap, I got up, and I went to bed.
Listen,
Exactly.
I mean, the body, we be out there now because the thing is, we enjoy life. We love living. I know I get it because we're
Yeah.
both. I'm saying we're both Gulf Coast. What I'm saying we're
Yeah.
both Southern, true Southern roots,
True.
and
True
we
to it.
love family and stuff. So we gonna get it in.
Oh, we gonna get it
Body,
in.
the body gonna pay for it, but
Yeah.
we go get it in while it's about to
Baby
get
is
us to
paying
it.
for it now. I almost had to just lay back down. Give it a minute. It's gonna go click together.
Man, listen,
But it was an awesome time. And
yes,
I want to give a special shout out to the National Guard, to the FBI, to the Jefferson Parish Police Department, and the New Orleans Police Department. Because when I tell you we were on a level 1 security,
no way.
there was police, FBI, National Guard in every block. If you don't understand, just look at the news from Mardi Gras this year, and I bet you don't see not one killing. There was not one. No shooting. Of course, they had a couple of fights, because people nerves and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
But there was no lives lost. So I definitely, if any of y'all on here, if you know somebody, tell them I said I thank you. I felt so safe. And I'm telling you,
Uh-huh.
they're walking around with the AKs or the machine gun, whatever they carry. But they made their presence known,
Mm-hmm.
and it made for a very fun and safe Mardi Gras. Now, I don't know if
Right.
it's going to happen that way next year because we all know why it's happening because of the incident in January. but I still appreciate FBI, National Guard, Jefferson Parish Police Department, and New Orleans Police Department. Y'all did y'all thing.
Nice.
Y'all did y'all thing. I don't know who was writing them big old checks, but ooh, I'm glad they did. So I just definitely want to give a shout out to you guys for being there and keeping everybody safe, especially travelers and people who don't really know New Orleans. I appreciate you. I'm from New Orleans. I don't live there no more, but I appreciate you being there because it made the experience that much more fun.
Yeah.
But so thank you, boys in blue, boys in fatigue, and all y'all green, all of that. Thank y'all. So I have a different subject to talk about tonight, but after talking with V, I decided to change the subject. Because this particular situation happened to somebody she knows. So I want to talk about online dating. Is it safe? How much information do you feel like you should give somebody about you that you're meeting online until you eventually meet in person? Should you trust online dating from somebody who lives in another state or another country? Do you feel safe doing online dating? Do you feel safe with even like on your computer sharing your information with somebody that you meet online? So I know we've talked about dating, we've talked about different situations in dating, but we've never tackled online dating. So, and then it's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. Then, how do you know which dating site is safe? How do you know which dating site is real? Because as we know, a lot of people, this AI stuff and these scammers, they're out there. They'll make an online dating site just to get people's information and steal things from them. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about and get into. I have my computer here because I pulled up some points that we could talk about. But Kiki, before we get into like the nuts and bolts of it, what's your thoughts on online dating?
I mean, it could be definitely. I definitely know a few people, quite a few people that have been in long lasting relationships. Who's actually still in those relationships? Actually,
Really?
who's gotten married? From online dating. So, I mean, there are some positives. There are some pluses in there, but there are also, like you were just stating, it's hard. It's hard dating, period.
That's
Even,
fine.
I mean, and even if whether you're online or you meet a person face to face, they still can send their representative. So you still have to go with your gut. And I'll tell anybody, because my gut never leads me wrong. It's never lied to me. And when you don't follow, it something's bound to happen. God, thank God I've listened for the most of the time, and when I did it, yeah, I paid for it. But so I don't think it's a terrible thing. I don't think it's a really bad thing. But again, you have to go with your gut. As far as, communicating with this person, there's levels and steps. I'm sure that a lot of people, people need to start taking and looking at, like, okay, when you meet this person, you can communicate on the phone, what I'm saying, or texting. But hey, at what point do you do FaceTime? Because now you can do FaceTime. Now they do screenings. They say, they say they weed out all of the bad, whatever, once you build your profile and, make people compatible, whatever you got going on to what they have going on. So it makes you compatible. But again, I think you need to kind of go with your gut and follow your instincts. Because I can tell you all day, well, girl, what I'm saying, you get that thing 3 months. Or girl, when you start talking to him, you need to make sure you see, start video chatting. Check out the surroundings in the back, what I'm saying, while you video chatting. Or when you meet for the first time, make sure you meeting in a public place, or hell, take somebody with you. Shit. They ain't gotta be there with you per se, but CYA. You on mute. You muted yourself. You on mute.
I'm sorry, but we're talking about online.
Yeah. But you still at some point when you're online, you still at some point want to meet that person. So you're not gonna be online forever.
So how would you feel? How would you feel if they kind of not, make all these excuses about why you can't meet with them? Like what, like,
Oh, well,
they're
then,
this
I
and
mean,
they're
that's
that,
a red,
and they're that.
to me, that will be a red flag. I mean, there's no, what I'm saying, there's no need to pursue anything, because you're on there to meet people and eventually to meet outside of the date, what I'm saying, the online. At some point, you want to get a chance to meet somebody, but you got somebody that's constantly making excuses on why they can't. That's a red flag. Why would you be okay with that? Unless that's just all you want to do. Because some people use it as for entertainment. Some people just use it because there ain't nothing else to do.
But do you feel like then that should see the thing for me? Here's my thing. Online dating, I would never do. I feel like even like you said, in person, they can still send their representative. But for me, online, it's just so many. It, I'm looking down because I'm sharing it. But online for me, it's just so many. For me, out the gate, that to me is so many red flags. Like, why you gotta go online? Why you can't meet somebody, at a club, or meet somebody at church, or meet somebody in a restaurant, or meet somebody when you're out
Well,
with your
I
friends?
mean,
And
they probably, there's with being private, you know what I'm saying? Then if it's just you and that person, if you're
but
online,
but here's the thing: I can meet you around a lot of people, and it could be just an introduction. But I can meet you and say, I would like to talk to you at another time. I see you with your friends. I see you with whomever. Would you mind if I give you my number? Would you mind if I take your number? So it's ways around that privacy. That privacy line wouldn't run with me
right? But I
because
mean,
I would
it's
think on
almost
a different level.
it's almost again, there's different strokes for different folks. Some people use it as a protecting, as a covering. You know what I'm saying? Some people use it again to say, hey, what I'm saying, I don't feel comfortable with being out or and around, or I feel comfortable being in my own home setting. Good evening, Miss Fanny. In my own home setting to where I'm chill, I'm lax, you know what I'm saying, and I can communicate and converse however I want to. So again, different strokes for different folks. Some
But
people
but
feel that, hey, Sharon, how y'all doing? Thanks for tuning in. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in where the table is spread.
no reservations needed.
No
Um,
reservations needed.
so you guys, tonight we are talking about, and I'm going to
Like,
tell you
yeah,
why I decided to talk about this particular situation.
well,
But tonight we are talking about online dating. Is it something you've done? Is it something you thought about doing? And how you actually feel about online dating? Is it safe? What's your thoughts? All of that kind of stuff. So we didn't really get into a lot right now because the main thing is I was just asking my host how she feels about online dating. For me, I would never do it, never done it. I just don't like it. And maybe because of horror stories I have heard from people I know. And Kiki said something about maybe my voice is going in and out. It's trying to come back, y'all. I lost my voice in New Orleans this weekend, so it's coming in and out. But Kiki said something about privacy. So, but if you're meeting someone for the first time, you don't have to tell them your life story at that first meeting. I feel like, yeah, you can have privacy, but if it's a person that looks interesting, a person that you look that looks like you might be interested in them, you can always say, because most of the time when women meet men and men we meet women, they're either at a club or they're at some kind of gathering where there's more people. I don't see a problem with saying, hey, I like what I see. This is my name. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. I know we're at a party. I know that whatever's going on. Do you mind if I have your number, or do you mind if I give you my number so we can talk in private, where we don't have to talk over the music, over the other conversations that are happening. I
But if
just
you,
I'm
but okay, and again, that's everybody has an opinion. But
right,
if
right,
you're
right.
talking, but online, that you're talking, you're speaking on online. But if you say, well, I want to chat with you later, I can call you. You're still online because you're communicating via phone. Whether it's you're chatting, doing on the computer, on the laptop, that's still a form of communication. That's still a form of online. It may not be the computer, but we're online chatting because we're talking online. You see what
But
I'm
the
saying?
difference is
So
when you said the privacy, though, when I meet you, that's the difference. That's the
some,
difference. See, I've
but
met
some,
you, I've seen you. And again, like you said, I can still have your representative, but I still feel like I the online thing is not for me. And like you
right,
said, you have
right, right,
friends that have
right.
did
Yeah,
online
I know
and
people
they've
that are, I mean, that are
married, they
met,
have great friendships.
married, everything. So,
Right.
like I said, different strokes for different folks, and it's definitely not for everybody. And nowadays, there are so many horror stories. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's so many, but I think some people do it again. They do it for many different reasons. Entertainment purposes, because everybody on there, you can hide behind a lot of things when you're online. That's not
Absolutely.
you're again
Absolutely.
that representative. So
Right.
you can bring your representative online, you can bring your representative to the table. You know what I'm saying? We're out. That person that introduced themselves to you and y'all hung out and y'all this, that, and the third, y'all gonna live. That could be somebody totally a fucking idiot, crazy, you know what I'm saying? A maniac. But and
Right.
you
Right.
did, when you met him, you was like, well, damn, he cool. He fine. He got good conversation. Well, he's a manipulator, and that's what he does. So it just depends on you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Your preference. And
Hmm.
if you did, like you say, how would you handle it? Because you say you would never do it. You say you've never done it, you would
I've
never do
never
it.
done it and I
So
would never do it.
so
I don't
you
like
can't
it.
the question can't be even asked and posed to you. How would you handle it? Because you already done X'd it out. So you saying, well, you know what? If that was me, you can't even say that because it's not gonna be you. And you're
Right.
talking and you're come and that's coming from a person who's been with somebody damn near 30 years. So hello.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I can still put myself in that position to see how I would. I got, me, I look at
Yeah,
both sides.
But see,
Whether I've been with somebody 30 years or not, I still
right.
look at both sides of all of our conversations.
Right. But I mean, you can play devil's advocate, but you've already put it out there that, hey, that's something, hey, that's something that you would never do. I mean, that's something that you have never done. And that's something that you would never do. So how would it look like for me to say, so what would, and if you was in this situation, you've already asked that. You see what I'm saying? You've already asked that to say, well, hell, it ain't me. I would never do
No,
it.
well, no, I don't agree with that, because still, it's still, if you put a situation out there, I can still say if I would have. I just said I wouldn't do it, but if I would have, I can still answer those questions. So no, I don't
Go
agree
ahead
with
then,
that.
because you keep saying that I would never do that. I'm not gonna do that. I would, but so go ahead and put yourself in that situation then. In that scenario, what if you
Well,
had,
that brings me to my next question. Like, how much information should you give a person online about yourself? Because if you're online, your picture might be your picture, but his or her picture might not be their picture. How much information would you give somebody that you're meeting to try to date online? Like, are you willing to give your personal information, like your address, your phone number, and because you're getting to know each other? So, what would be your limit of information you would give them? Because they're online. So, you really don't know. You could be talking to a puppy dog. You really don't know. So, what's your limit of information that you would give to somebody you're trying to date online?
you asking me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
Well,
what is your
I want
limit
you
of
to answer.
information?
You said it brings you to the next question, but you never did put yourself in that situation. You said you could still answer that question. So
Well, I asked you first. Can you get off the fact that I said I wouldn't do it? That was the question, though.
okay, well,
What
let's
is the
go to
limit of
the panel,
information?
because you want me to answer, but you can't answer. See that
I'm
you
I'm
want me?
I'm I'm confused that sometimes we don't answer questions, so I'm confused. I'm just asking in general, like, what is the limit of information? It doesn't matter if I answer or not. I'm just asking a question.
Okay,
And
so
if you don't want to answer that question, you
Bayou
don't have
Diva is
to.
asking the
We'll
question.
get the panel of the people listening to
Yeah,
answer the question.
yeah. Bayou Diva is asking the question as far as online dating. How much information do you guys think that you should give the other person when you're meeting them, as far as like getting to know them, dating, this online thing? How much information do you guys think that you should give when you're first meeting this person online? Whether it's your name, because you're building when you're on there, you have to build a profile, so it asks for certain information. So at what point do you guys think that, hey, this is enough, I won't give any more information as far as building a profile until I really communicate with this person or these people, because it ain't just one person you're talking to, so your information is kind of going out there to a whole lot of people. So you just decide, just say you just was interested in this one particular person. How much information do you guys think is too much when you're just meeting somebody? Y'all tune in or weigh in on that question. We want to know what you guys think.
Well, I'm gonna go back and answer the question. If I were to do online dating, it would be a minimum, because I still feel like until I meet that person, because of the way computers are today, the ways things are happening today with all this AI and all this, I don't know if I'm really talking to a person. And yes, you got to build a profile, but you still don't have to answer all of those questions on that profile either. You get to put what you want to put. You get to build your profile how you want to build it. So again, that leads to what is too much, or where do you stop with the questions or the information of trying to get to know somebody? Because um, basically on those profiles, they're asking stuff like, what do you consider a date night? What would you do on a date night? And I know this from a friend. I've never did online dating, and again, I wouldn't do it. But here's my view on it. If I was in that situation, they ask you stuff like crazy stuff like what's your hobbies and things like that. So those things are things that you will ask on a regular in any date, whether you're online or whether you're in person. But I'm asking, like, what is too much information? Where do you feel like you need to draw the line with information about maybe yourself and about maybe the things that you have, going on, or the things that you're involved in, um like in your daily, like just in your daily life. Like, I do a lot. I'm not gonna meet anybody and tell anybody that, oh, I'm doing this, I got this, I got this, I got that. Because then for me, online, that information, we don't know if that person on the other end is really a person. It could still even be just a computer. We don't know if it's really a person. So I think you have to be more careful, excuse me, about what you're saying to this person, a computer, or whoever's on the other end, because you don't know. One, now they're recording your voices even on the telephone, and they can find out any kind of information about you just from you telling them your name. They're on your computer. They could hack any type of information anyway. But if you limit certain things that you're talking about, telling that person about yourself, I think it would make it a lot safer for somebody to do online dating. A couple of people are lucky. They found people, they found love on online dating. But there is some major horror stories. And I want to just tell you guys, I pulled this up. I pulled up the risk and the warning signs to recognize for online dating. So it says sexual harassment, aggression, and violence, discrimination, sexual abuse of children, image based abuse, including revenge porn or sextortion. What is sextortion?
Hmm.
What is that?
Sextortion.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up because I
Yeah.
don't know what that
Go
is.
ahead and go down the list. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. So sextortion, romance scams and catfishing, cyber stalking, and violating your consent. So violating your consent, now that can mean a lot.
Sextortion. Email.
So those are some of the warning signs that could warn you about certain dangers of online dating. So again, it's sexual harassment, aggression, and violence, discrimination, sexual abuse of children, image-based abuse, including revenge porn or sextortion. We're looking up sextortion because I don't know what that is. Romance scams and catfishing, cyber stalking, and violating your consent. Now that one kind of throwing me because violating your consent, so that could mean several things.
Yeah.
Um, as far as online dating, I don't know what that could mean as far as online dating, violating your consent. Because if you build a profile and you start online dating and communicating with somebody, you've already given them the consent to talk to you. So
Well, the only thing
I'm
coming up with sextortion is emails and Instagram. It's not really scammer. It's not really
Is it
giving
about
you.
sex? Is it like about, because they say,
Hold on.
because
Wait a
that's
minute.
next to
Okay.
revenge porn.
Wait a minute. I got it. Hold on. Let me see.
If anybody out there who's tuning in, if you guys know what sextortion means, please let us know because we're looking it up. And then I also and the biggest issue with people with online dating is safety concerns. But you it's about catfishing. That's what they're saying on here. That's the number one thing: safety concerns and catfishing
Yep.
about online dating.
Bringing that's catfishing, and your representative, all that's going to it's the same picture.
Yeah,
Because
it is. It is when you're dating
yeah.
somebody in person.
Wait a minute, hold on.
And also, and it, like this online dating stuff, y'all, it's really really serious. And again, I'm gonna tell y'all in a few minutes why I decided to
Okay,
talk
this
about this.
says
Go ahead.
traditional sextortion versus financial sextortion. Now it said traditional sextortion occurs when a victim is threatened or blackmailed into providing more sexual imagery. The predator threatens to share their nude or
Oh, okay.
sexual images with the public.
Oh,
Financial
so it's like extortion, but it's just with sex. Okay, okay.
financial sextortion occurs when a predator demands money or gift exchange to keep their sexual images private. So that's just like if we were sending each other pictures and stuff back and forth.
Oh, see,
And
now
now,
that's crazy.
I'm gonna be like, well, if now I want to try to get some money out of you. You see what I'm saying? So if
Right.
if you give me $500, then I'm gonna use your pictures that you sent me and blast. So they didn't add another link in the belt chain.
Oh, wow. See, it's a lot. It's a lot to this that I never even thought about. But
And there are sextortion red flags.
go ahead.
Developing a false rapport with the victim. Secretly recording explicit videos and messages during chats. What we're talking about being online and chatting. Using multiple identities to contact the child. Wait a minute. Pretending to be younger or a member of the opposite sex. Threatening to commit suicide if victim refuses to send images. Wait a minute. They just go, that's deep.
Well, because the online, because the online dating thing, kids keep coming up in some of the things that's pulled up. Kids keep coming up because that's where a lot of child pornography and stuff come from, because they pretend they pretend to be, somebody else, and it's like it's a headache. But let me tell y'all,
Lady K say it's the same as revenge porn, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's what I said. It's right next to that. It says revenge porn or sextortion. So that Jesus, that's crazy.
That's a whole nother level.
That's crazy. But listen, the reason why I decided to talk about this tonight is because someone that somebody knows, I ain't giving no name, someone that somebody knows met this guy online, right? I don't know to the extent of their relationship, but I do know that they were dating. This young lady was in the process of moving, which she owned a home. She sold. I still got to get a quick thing, but she sold her home, and he took all of her money. So here's my thing. Like, how did he have access to your money? And that goes back to me saying, how much information are you giving to online people? How did he know you were selling? I mean, it's okay. You're dating. You're saying, okay, I'm selling my home because I'm moving to here, blah, blah, blah. That's simple. That's for me, that's not information that I feel like should be withheld. But when you talk about the details of it, like, how did he take your money? And we ain't talking about
So
we ain't
was
talking about 50, $60,000. We talking about over $100,000. Like,
so were
how?
they only were dating online? They never went past the online?
Not that I know of. That didn't come up. So you mean he did you send him to go do it? Because that's the only way I can see. Because now he has to have access to he gotta have access to either your bank account. Because when you sell a house, they ain't just giving you no check. That's not the way it works. Do he have access to your bank account? How did this man that you met online, that you were dating online, how did he steal your money from a house that you sold?
Oh, he stole the money from the house.
So that's what led me to the question about online dating is how much information do you think you should give a person that you're dating online?
If we've never met, you're not getting you're not getting any of my personal you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
That's my thought.
yeah. We
That's my
haven't even
thought.
we haven't even went out on a date. We haven't even met each other. We hadn't yeah, Nisa, it does sound like a scammer, but how was he able to get, and it happens, but how what he must have been telling her some good stuff in order for him to scam her, or what was the limit? You know what I'm saying? At what point was he able to get her information? How long were they dating? If it was just online, how long were they dating for him in order for him to get that personal information?
Uh, So, how long do you think that they should
Former
be
black.
dating online before information is given?
Say that. Yeah, it is a form of blackmail, Sheila, for sexual favors. I mean, I don't know about the sexual favors because she say they hadn't even met. It was just still online. So don't know whether sex played a part in it. But yeah, I mean, he did. It sound he did scam her, but it's just like you say, how was he able to do that? How was he really able? Ooh, I'm so sorry, y'all. How was he able to do that? To scam her into getting all of her money that she sold for her house? Questions, comments, concerns. Good evening, Jay. How you doing, man?
Okay. Okay, so listen, I got the rest of the story. So, I was wrong on a couple of things. I just got the rest of the story. So, she met the guy online. They dated online. So, she was moving from one city to another city. And this guy told her, you go ahead and move to this other city. But in the city she lived in, she owned her own home. She moved, she went, got the apartment in the new city. So she did see him. He moved into the apartment with her. So they did see each other. And then she sold the house in the other city. So he had access to all of her banking, her money, and all of that stuff. So that's how it happened. But they had been dating online for over a year, almost a year. But they only lived together in this apartment for a few months, 3 months. And then when he got access to the money, he dipped on her.
Okay, okay. Let someone say. So how did he get access? So he was going through her papers and things and stuff.
While she was at work, and that's how she did it. And so when she got home from work, the nigga was gone, and so was the money. So he let on this facade of this, whatever he was doing and he's a businessman. So he said, so he kept telling her that he was traveling for business. He was going away on business, and he would come and he'd be in an apartment, whatever. And then, well, before she got the apartment, he kept telling her he was on business trips and blah, blah, blah. So did they meet when he first moved in, or did they meet before?
I would say, yeah, Nisa, he did. He had long plans. Yeah,
They met for one weekend.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, he is on business. He is a businessman. His business is scamming people.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So now that's the story.
So that's his
why.
business.
Yeah, he was definitely business. He was business trying to get her money, and exactly
so
what
they
he
dated.
did.
So they dated for a year. They dated for a year, almost a year online, decided to meet. They meet, and then she decides to move into an apartment.
No.
With her?
He convinced her to sell her home and go to another state. So she came to the state, she got the apartment, got the job. Then she moved in. Then he came and moved in the apartment with her. She sold her home. And when he found out how much money she got from the house, then that's it. But what he did was he didn't take a lump sum. He was taking little bit by little bit by little bit until he cleaned her out.
So he did that in 3 months.
Just led to the discussion of the online dating. Is it safe? Is it that? And that's what really led to my question about how much information are you giving to somebody online?
But here's the thing though. Even that information, I mean, her telling in conversation, I guess, about the house, maybe they were having a conversation, was her thinking about moving or thinking about selling her house. But so what, he just convinced her to sell it?
Yep.
So she had no plans to sell her house.
She had no plans to even move to another state. He convinced her to sell her house and move here. I can tell the state, to move to Atlanta. She moved to Atlanta. Well, she came and she got the apartment. She got a job. And then he moved into the apartment with her. And she went through the process of selling her home. She sold her home. She was going to work every day while he was at the house.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And I guess he got the person who told me the story said that she was very open with this guy because they had been dating online for a year. Yeah. They met one weekend. They only met one weekend before she moved him in the house with her. He convinced her to sell her home before they even moved together. Mm-mm. So that's what made me want to talk about this tonight. Like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think all dating sites are just bullshit. There are some really honest people on these sites that's really honestly looking for love. But and again, like you said, you have friends where it worked out. I have two where it was just a complete scam. So it's different scenarios and it's different things that happen. But when you think about online dating, again, what's too much information? What are you saying? Do you date somebody online for almost a year and you never seen them?
And I was getting ready to ask because if she had no plans, if she had no plans in the beginning to
No.
even sell her home, to move, or any of that, at what point, and I know we won't know, but at what point in the conversation, because in order for him to get this information, well, I guess like I say the conning part, because he was conning her. So he had to be talking some real good stuff in that year. You know what I'm saying? But still, again, you still waited a whole year to meet this man,
And then they only met for one weekend.
and then you move and
And
you
then
decided then.
he convinced her not only to sell her house, but to move to a completely another state where you don't know anybody.
He got gold in them there heels. he got, he's sitting on a gold. He's sitting on a gold mine.
But now she has no money. Her bank account is cleaned out. She has no contact with him. He changed his phone number.
Of
He's
course.
blocked her from all social
Ain't
medias
that
and everything. So now she has nothing. So she literally does not even have money to pay her rent because he cleaned her out.
And how was he able to get access to
See,
her account?
that
That's, I mean, this that story, it's bigger.
no, because she trusted, because I'm living with you, my boo. We've been talking for a whole year, whether it was online or not. We met, we moved in together. I'm sleeping with you every night. I'm thinking in my mind that we're trying to build something that went from online to in person, but we're still trying to build something. Now, if I'm talking to you online for a whole year and we're trying to build something, oh, some personal stuff is going to come out because I need to know certain things.
But they went from talking to online for almost a year or over a year, and it only took
Almost
him
a
3 months
year.
to clean. It only took him 3 months to clean her out. Yeah, no.
Because you gotta think about it like this. Because after oh shoot, lost my thing. After after those oh shoot, after those um after those 3 months, I mean, but after that almost year, she probably felt a little more comfortable with him because I guarantee you he was giving her information. It might not have been true information, but I
Yeah, she.
guarantee he was sharing information with her as well.
Well, hold on. Okay, so um, Anna, we're talking about online dating. Would you date on, someone online? How much information is too much information to give um the person, that you're talking to online? And would you do it?
He said, "What type of foolishness y'all talking about?"
Right, right. And then um Jonathan, she said, you say a separate, well, that was her account. It wasn't us, it wasn't it was her account. It was separate.
Okay, so
He was
Anna
just
and
able to get in.
anybody else that just came in, the reason why we're talking about online dating is this. We know somebody who was dating a guy online for almost a year. She lived in one state. He convinced her to move to Atlanta, get an apartment for them. So she came to Atlanta from another city. I'm not going to say, I mean, another state. She came to Atlanta. She got an apartment. She got a job. Then he moved in. But prior to him moving in with her, they met for one weekend when she was still living in the other state. So she did see him. So after that, he told her that he was traveling for business, so she needed to go get the apartment. She went and got the apartment. He convinced her to sell her house. She sold the house. So when he moved into the apartment, she's going to work every day and he's there until it's time for him to go on business again. He was there, and instead of him, so this house was like almost $150,000 house. It sold for like 138,000, something like that. So instead of he didn't take all of her money at one time. He was taking bits and pieces within the 3 months. So I don't know about y'all, but I check my damn account almost every day because I want to make sure I got money. You on mute, sis?
I was just about to say.
Yeah, I check my account almost every day.
How?
So it just so happened 2 days ago, she tried to purchase something and she had $0. And
Yeah,
he
so-
was gone. He didn't have the number she had for him. It was no longer active.
Of
She
course.
could not find him. He blocked her on all social media platforms.
Yeah, that
So, I mean, but Anna, you can say she was naive, but when you talking to somebody for almost a year, you shared things, you've seen each other, you live together now. You live together now. So at this point, you're probably feeling okay. We're good. I can trust him. That. I don't really know what to say about it.
yeah.
You have to know your person. You do. But maybe she felt like she knew him because they've been almost a year. So now we're talking over a year that they've been dating and now 3 months living together. So that's why I said, how much information is too much? Do you think she should have waited until he moved in with her to start doing this information? I mean, I don't know because his he convinced her stupid ass to sell her house. She had no plans on selling it. She had no plans on moving. He made her do that and she did it.
So again, in this year that they have been dating online, he was able to convince her of all of these things.
Of all of that.
And
Yeah.
all of this was done online. So
And it says it's been a year in my relationship, and I know everything about my man, his accounts, his salary, his family, his friends. Pay attention to how people talk about him. Right now, I don't know if anybody else was around, but see, Anna, you mentioned exactly what I'm talking about. You said it's been a year. You know all this information, but now what you choose to do with that information makes a difference. Because just like him, he probably knew all this information too. Her accounts, his salary, her family. Keep in mind, it's been a year. They met in person one time, and now they live together. But he did something different with the information than what you did. He used that information against her, and he cleaned out her bank account. So you could tell him what you want. It's up to you. And you can feel like you know. Sheila said, just listen to this upsetting me. Look, it pissed me off when I heard about it today, too. And I was planning to talk about a totally different subject, but I really wanted to know people's thought about online dating and like how much information are you willing to share? How long are you willing to go without seeing that person before you divulge certain information?
Yeah, Anna say he didn't make her do shit. She made a choice because no way in hell you convincing me to sell. You convince me to sell anything at all is my choice. My house. If he wanted to buy a house, then we can buy it together. Or you the man, you buy a house and I'll rent mine out.
But guess
I will
what?
clean all his teeth out.
But listen, Anna, you know, I always play devil's advocate on our show. You can say that. But if you're talking to someone and you're starting to develop feelings for someone, you feel like you can trust them, you know, and you say sell your house because we're gonna move to Atlanta together. We can get an apartment. Now I don't know the pillow talk, excuse me, they've had, because he could have said, well, let's get an apartment, and when you sell your house, we can take that money, we can buy a house together. He might have told her, you buy the house, I'll furnish everything in
But
it.
it wasn't
We don't know
they didn't
what
have
that
but
pillow
one
talk
pillow
was
talk.
like.
They didn't meet but one time before they moved in, so it wasn't no pillow talking.
But listen,
But
he was there for 3 months, so we don't know what that pillow talk
we don't. I mean, we
was
don't. But
like.
and again, my whole thing is, and this is me personally. I know how I operate, and my discerning spirit would have picked up on that shit long time ago.
Long time ago.
I'm just, everybody's not the same. People are desperate. People are out there. What I'm saying? They, you just quick to do. What I'm saying? Naive. Yes, we can use the word naive. We can use the word desperate. We can use the word simple. But I mean, it's a shame that it happened.
It is.
It's definitely a shame that it happened. But we have to pay attention to the signs, and I'm sure there were many.
Now she had 1,000 signs. She had and guess what happened? He did something. So guess what also happened? Now she has no job. So how you gonna pay your rent?
I was just getting ready to say that. I know she was out of money.
Now she has no job. So now how you gonna pay the rent?
Nowhere to go.
So he left you high and dry. You have no apartment. You have no house. You have no job. You're stuck in a state where you know no one.
And I mean, did she, like Jonathan said, did she file a police report? But you know what? But we don't even know if this man gave his real information. So with that being said, she probably will never find him unless she rolled up on him, because he sent his representative.
He did. And no, she did not. She did not file a police report to my knowledge. That was not mentioned in the situation. I don't think she did, and I really probably don't think she would, because she probably feels stupid. No, it was not. Nope. No. It was just her name. But here's the thing. She lost her job, so now she doesn't have any income to pay the rent. And when I tell you, that bank account, he didn't even leave her $5 for gas. It's at zero.
That's a good question, Jonathan. If they took pictures together.
Nope.
See what I'm saying? Picture. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell.
But you have to understand too, when they had time, because they only met that one weekend.
3 months.
And then he moved in.
They had plenty of time to take pictures.
But they probably wasn't thinking about, they moving, they trying to get things settled. She probably wasn't thinking about no pictures, because she probably thought she could trust this guy after a year of talking.
But that's your man. You're not gonna take no pictures with your man, and y'all done moved in. Y'all been dating a whole year. Y'all living together for 3 whole months after that, and you ain't took no pictures with your man. That's no. I'm a picture. Listen here.
Yeah, we picture people. Yeah, of course.
Nigga, you better smile.
I'm about to show everybody my man. I'm about to show everybody my man.
You better smile. You better smile and take this picture.
It doesn't take no time to take pictures to post online. It doesn't. But listen, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Yeah, so she didn't have to take a picture because he has social media pictures. Now, is it him? Right. I don't know. Right. I didn't get into those details. I just got the meat of the story. Now, here's the thing. I'm moving in an apartment. I got furniture, boxes, this and that. Me personally, I ain't thinking about no damn pictures. Now, once we set the house up and we do everything, oh yeah, we're going to take some pictures in front of the new crib.
Let me tell you something. The pictures should have been took when they met each other that weekend, because now I got you. I've been dating you and I've been talking to you online for a whole year. Now we're in each other's presence. Now, we're hanging out.
So that goes back to, yes, you reminded me they did meet that weekend. So whatever his pictures was on social media on the online app, it coincided when they
I was gonna
met,
say
because
it
when they
had to
met,
because
she
she
didn't
moved
have
in
no
with him.
problem. I would have taken a picture. Yes, absolutely. I would have. Yeah, come on, let's get a picture. Let me post.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know where her mind is, but it
Right.
it just led to this conversation because I really wanted to know how people felt about online dating. And
Mhm.
then we looking at the negative, I mean the warning signs, and they talking about revenge porn and sextortion. Like, you gonna extort me for money if I sent you a new picture?
Yeah.
Because I like what?
Yeah. But see, that's almost like it's almost like what social media, like in the beginning, Facebook. Facebook was really set up for you to meet old friends that you hadn't, seen in a while, and just to link up. So it was for
Anna, you crazy. They do though. She said these women do all kinds of things for the ding-a-ling.
yeah, absolutely,
But
absolutely.
listen,
But I said it's got
here
to have gold on. But in the beginning, it was like we get. I haven't seen these people I hadn't met, seen in a while, and we're gonna connect and this, that, and the third. But it's like it's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because we as a people, we've changed that. So you can make yourself be in Hawaii. You can make yourself be and look however you want to be, and that's whether it's on
right.
just on online, social media, your lifestyle that you put out there for people to see.
Hmm.
People ain't got none of that going on, but that's the facade that you want the world to see, and you be like, oh, she got it going on.
No, no, I don't
She don't
know
need
her.
Anna.
My
She don't need
my
to be.
my
She
my
don't need to be
spouse,
slapped.
my spouse worked with her.
She don't need to be slapped, Anna. She's been
Yeah,
slapped
she
enough.
she doesn't. She's got slapped already.
Yeah, she's been slapped enough.
But I also want to mention that they said the negative psychological effects of online dating are depression, anxiety, dating app addiction, becoming more impatient. So that was him because he was rushing her. Sell your house. Let's move. Um, Difficulties forming in-person relationships and feeling rejected. So those are some psychological effects, negative psychological effects of online dating. So him becoming more impatient because he started rushing her. Go ahead and sell a house. Go ahead, you get the apartment. I'm coming. I'm going to do on this business trip, blah, blah, blah. So you go ahead and get things started. So you hurry up and go sell your house and da 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 da. So that's what he did her. So people, and I feel like for me, when we talked about the online in the beginning, I feel like a lot of people who have been rejected are some of the people that go to online because they can hide. They don't have to really be in front of someone.
And that's what I was saying. That's why I said when I say privacy, that's what I mean. It's like they don't want to be out. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably in person, you've met enough people, you've been
Yeah,
rejected. That's just like being in the club. And we sitting in our seat, we chair dancing.
yeah,
Every time somebody come up to us, we like, I'm good.
yeah. Hmm.
Hey, oh, she tearing it up. Baby, I'm straight.
I'm
You
good.
know,
Yeah.
it's looking like, all that rejection is like, well, damn, she damn, she tearing it, but that's that turn down. That's why a lot of times men, it takes them, some of them don't even do it, or they do it secretly, like they'll send a drink
Yeah.
out, or what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
send a note or something. That's again, that just like online. Well, if I'm out here in these streets and I'm trying to date, it is so hard because of the rejection of nervousness of being around people or meeting people in public. So hey, let me set up this profile. And maybe, what I'm saying, that can ease it. But at some point, people, you got to meet that you would want to, I would think. You would want to meet this
Absolutely.
person that you're trying to get to know.
I want to touch you. I want to see if you're real. I want to feel you. I want to make sure you got all your teeth. Make sure you got all your hair. You know, I want to make sure that you're a real person.
Yeah.
And it says statistically, it says, according to current data right now, well, as of 2024, most people find love through online dating platforms, either on dating apps or websites, with other common places, including meeting through mutual friends, at work, school, or through social events like bars and restaurants. But online dating is the number one.
Because you can hide behind that. You can hide behind online. You can
Yeah,
hide.
yeah. I think we need to go back to meeting people in public. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But it for me, it has to be in like a setting, like they said, a club or mutual friends or social events like bars and restaurants. I think in today's time, when you meet people, I think somebody needs to be around or it needs to be in a public place. Because even though that's that face, that's that name, we don't know their ulterior motive. We don't know if they got a van outside and they're gonna throw me in that bad boy to sex
Listen,
traffic me. So
I'm
still
sending
have
my
to
folks
be
their
you.
license plate tag. I'm
I'm
taking
sorry,
pictures
I
of
just
that.
seen Lisa comments say definitely teeth and hair. Yes, I gotta make sure they got all their teeth and all their
Yeah,
hair. But
I'm
you
sending my
definitely have to
people.
meet in a public place because you just don't know people's ulterior motive.
Mm-mm.
But I think we do need to go and we need to get back to dating.
They, I'm sorry.
People don't date
Say that again for
anymore.
the people in the
Men
back.
don't go, yeah, men don't go to a girl house and pick up no more with some flowers or then they outside there honking the horn. Nigga, come to the door. Don't I'm not coming out there till you come to the door. What happened to that? What happened to the
There is
dating?
what happened to it is that we happened to it.
But
We
we
have
have to start demanding that.
we have allowed it. We have allowed it not to happen. So they don't feel that they have to. That's what I'm saying. Court me, date me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go out and then we're gonna keep that consistent. Let's go out on a date. Let's hang out. Let's have a good time.
Absolutely, Jonathan. That's a perfect idea to go on double dates, especially if it's somebody new. Get your friends, your girls, get his boys, y'all meet at a sports bar or something. Yeah, that's probably what you have to do.
And
If
you
you
and
don't
you
want
can
that
tell a
large
person,
group setting,
you can tell a person
just
by
like
who
you said.
you can tell a
Yeah,
person by the people they hang with
yeah.
and who they hang around. So
Well, nah, no, I used to agree with that, but I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. I don't agree with that. You can't tell about a person from people they hang with. I don't agree with that because
okay,
yeah.
well, that's
Yeah.
because and I'm saying that from my experience. So let's just say
Okay.
we'll just say you're in different in our experiences
Yeah.
because if you got good people in your circle, you got good people around you, then normally 9 times out of 10, the person that they introduce you to or that they are around or whatever the case may be, they're gonna be good people because your circle is good
Wait,
people.
so are you wait. So are you talking about your friends introducing you to somebody?
I said you. That's why I said you can depend when you were talking about hanging out, meeting, this person
Okay.
with their friends
Okay.
and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. If you see if this guy that you're dating, if his friends, all of them, they over there, they acting, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell because they're gonna go off of their vibe is gonna be kind of the same. You know what I'm saying? Because we deal with same people, like minds. So most of the people that I deal with or I hang with, we're like-minded in some type of way,
In
form, or
some
fashion.
type of way. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, well, damn, okay. So Quana gonna introduce me to somebody, and it's like, I know Quana. I'm sorry, I know Bayou Diva. So I know the people that she hang with or the people that she know.
Come
For
on,
real.
Anna. Anytime, baby. Anytime.
Anytime. Yeah, anytime. Pull up.
And
Get the link.
you're absolutely right. You know what? I'm not too keen on his friends, Anna, but I definitely want to see how he treat his mom and his kids. His friends, I don't really they ain't important. They're important, but they're not important
Yeah,
because
definitely the
you
mom,
treat each
mama
friend
and
differently because your friends are different. But what would be most important to me is his mother, his kids, and his siblings, like his brothers and sisters. Because friends fall out, friends have, yeah,
the
no.
siblings do too now. You got a lot of people that they don't get along with they
Yeah, you don't get along with your sibling, but you still gonna treat them a certain kind of way because that's your blood.
Come on now.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm more, like I said, I'm more keen on the mama and the kids. Everybody else,
Yeah.
the mom and the kids, yes. Yes.
Yeah,
But see,
definitely.
that comes into the dating part. That's not even the meeting part. Because once you meet somebody, then you start dating them. But then how long do you date them before you introduce them to your family?
That's another question as well. That's
Right.
definitely another question
So
because
how long do you date them before you introduce them to your family so that, excuse me, so
but
that you can
are we
see
dating are
how
we
they
dating with
treat
a
it?
purpose? Because
Huh?
are we dating with a purpose or are we just dating because that makes a difference? If I'm dating you with a purpose,
But how do you know that? Are you asking
absolutely.
in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
beginning?
That's what I'm saying. What is if I'm dating somebody,
Uh-huh.
it's the purpose. Whether the purpose is to just hang out, whether we just doing this, or if I'm pursuing something. So
Okay.
there are
So
levels
if
to
you
this. You
just
have to
hanging
have
out just to hang out, are you introducing them to family?
for what?
So now we're talking about dating with a purpose.
So
Because
that's what I'm saying.
online dating, most of the time, they're looking for people to be in a relationship with.
A lot of times they're not. They'll be specific and then they'll be honest. See, you have to watch and you have to look and you have to learn because people will tell you. Some of them just say they want
I'm tend
sex.
to ignore the red flags in the beginning. That in relationships, like the first
Absolutely.
question I ask my boyfriend is, "What is his intentions for me?"
And
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Is it
Wait
an
like a month or
intentional?
two before introducing them to family. Hmm. Okay.
It's like I said, if what is the intent? So that's where I know who to include. Because if
So do
you're
you
in
think that question should be asked online as well? Like the online portion, like when you meet them, like, hey, what's your
because that's
intent?
what
What are you looking for?
absolutely, because that's one of them, that's the first question. That's normally what are you looking for? Because
Jonathan
again,
said you should always have a list of questions to see where their mind is. And honestly, I have a son in his entire almost 9 years of life. He only knows his dad. And now my boyfriend, soon to be husband. Ransoms can't just come around my child. But listen, it's for me, it's not about ransoms. That's just like Anna, your boyfriend now, you met him, y'all getting to know each other. You could have, and I'm just saying this could have been, you could have introduced him to your child and it could have been with a purpose, but then anything could have happened. Something could have popped up and you may have been like, you know what, damn. You know what I'm saying? But now you've already introduced them to your son or you've already introduced them to your family. So how do you know when? Because even though somebody can make their intentions known and they can say, hey, you ask somebody what's their intentions and they can say, okay, well, listen, I'm looking for a wife. I want somebody that I can get to know and eventually marry and start a family. Okay, that's all fine and good. That's what I'm looking for too. But when you're dating and then time go on and you're introducing and making these introductions and then something happens or he's not the person you thought he was, or some of the things he said he was going to do, he or she didn't do.
but Oh, that's okay. And like, yeah, Anna, you have to back it up with the action. Again, it's whatever, because when you're on them profiles, that's in your profile. What it is you're looking for, what is your all of that. And then when you get into the conversation, like you said, you still have to have conversation with these people. You can't just say, okay, well, we met. Okay, so what you like to do? What you like to do? I'm 53. I'm 54. Shit, we don't know what you like to do. What is the purpose? What is the intent? Because you got a lot of game players. You got people that's on there that they ain't looking for nothing. They can tell you that all day long. Or what they tell you, they can't bring that to the table. That's just like somebody telling you they want somebody, a man telling you he wants somebody fine, 36, 24, 36. He walk around with a damn keg. You know what I'm saying? So you don't look. So don't
walk around with a what?
Okay. You want me to be fine. You want me to be body, but you not looking the part. So you know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic here. This is what I want. And if this is not what you want, then that's, we're not for each other. I can say, I just want to do is hang out. I want to find me a friend, to hang out with or whatever. If we choose to hang out and that's all, fine, Danny. If we choose to move forward, then that's another conversation. If you like that person. But if you don't like that person, you be like, shit, girl, he cool to hang out with, but I ain't trying to see him like that. Then these are conversations that grown people are supposed to have. They're not having these conversations. They're not having these conversations.
They don't have a good reputation. But this man never missed a call. His time always told me where he was, passwords and everything. Well, that's great. That's perfect.
And
you also gotta watch those too, the ones that is so willing to give all the information. So you gotta watch those too. So they're willing to give all the information to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel like, oh man, he answering the phone every time I call. I got this, I got that. Yeah, and it's just a trap sometimes. I'm not saying in your situation, Anna, that's perfect that you were able to do that and that he is that type of man. But you still have to watch the ones that's willing to do that because they want to pull you in. Don't they gonna answer them phone calls, especially if they know you and they're getting to know the type of person you are? They're gonna answer them phone calls. They're gonna show up. They're gonna give you all the information you want to know. Oh, you can have my phone password. Yeah, you can have all that. Because that's to draw you in. So once they draw you in, then they can pounce and do whatever they want to do.
And I agree, Jonathan. You can only be fake for so long. And that is true. Unless you like that professional we just got to talking about earlier. He was a professional. But
because I don't know anybody that's gonna take a year to wait on some money from somebody and just do that.
She was just a part of the plan. Because he was already elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? That's what all them business stuff was. So he wasn't committed. He was committed to doing what he did.
Anna say it's the character for me and the morals, how he moves, how he speaks, his integrity. And baby, they can have the best integrity. They can speak very well. They can show the best characters and the best morals and still do the same thing to you like he did to her.
You have to.
It's all like a facade. I mean, not all the time, but we're talking about the online and people. It could be a facade, man. I could be the most genuine person in the world. I can talk with integrity. I can talk with morals and values, and I could talk with all of that stuff because I'm gonna give you what you want, so I can get what I want. Oh yeah, I could tell you I believe in God. I go to church every Sunday. I sing in the choir. You can come to church with me. Do you understand the devil stands on the pulpit sometimes? So you know it. It can all look good. They can wrap it up in a nice package, throw some glitter on it, put a big, beautiful bow on it. And when it's all said and done, when they're ready, they can switch it.
The shell of a man. But
They
you have
can switch it. They
you
can be,
have
I
to
mean, they can come to you in a nice Versace double-breasted suit and some
I don't want
uh
all that,
I'm
no
about to
way.
say Leonardo DiCaprio. What's the man? Oh shit, whatever he is, the shoes and the red bottoms, the Louboutins, the red bottoms for the men, and he can come with a nice
I don't want
watch,
all
and
that.
he can come with all that, and he can come talking all smooth, and he's showing you the paychecks from his job, and he's doing all this, and yeah, you got the password to the phone, you got the password to Facebook, Instagram, you got all of that. Yeah, you come to church with me. We can sit right up in here and praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. And all the time, it's Satan in a new form. So that's all I'm saying. It could be both ways. You just got lucky. I had a man that was at home every time I came home on my lunch break. And when I left, he took down all my pictures and was having a side piece, sleeping with her, and told her that was his aunt's place, got her pregnant, and oh, I trust nobody. Yes, yeah, you have to watch how they move, but still, they'll move real nice. They'll move real nice and tell you everything you want to hear, everything you want. And then when they feel like they got you, then things could change. And I'm not saying that it necessarily does, but it could.
Bottom, you have to go with your gut. You have to, I mean, again, discerning spirit, you have to go with that gut feeling and you have
Hmm.
to talk. You have to communicate. You have to ask questions. Person that, when you start asking too many questions, they're going to get nervous.
Yeah, they will
Something,
get nervous.
something in there is going to be like, it ain't going to sit right because that's not what they're used to.
That's not
So
what,
we
yeah,
have to be
absolutely.
aware of our surroundings. We have to make sure that we are paying attention. We have to pay attention because if you don't, it can slip up. Just like you said, you can bring me this everything on that silver platter.
Hmm.
But for me, I'm, you know what I'm saying. If that ain't my level, that ain't what I'm used to, and that ain't what I want. That shit don't phase me no way. I don't care nothing about your Louis Vuitton shoes. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either, but
I don't care
I'm
nothing
just
about that.
saying.
If you, I'm just saying, as me as a person, if somebody came to me, flashing all that kind of stuff, that's a turn off to me. That's a turn off to me. So I'm not even into you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, like I said, when you're meeting, it's really if you're out here in this dating world, in this pond, this pool, it's very you got.
Jonathan, if you're still on, let me ask you a question.
He is.
What do you feel is a comfortable time? I don't know if you're married or not, but I'm just asking this question. What do you feel is a comfortable time for you to introduce a woman that you're trying to be in a relationship and you're trying to, have some longevity with? What is a good time for a man to introduce a woman to either his kids or his family? What's a good time that you think that you did if you're married? Like how long were you with your wife or your girlfriend before you introduced them to your family or your kids? And you say, how you Lewis, but you broke with no credit. And that's another thing. People are asking, like, they're not asking regular questions anymore. They're asking, like, what's your credit score?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need to know what your credit score is because I need to know how to move with this situation. But like, if somebody has a low credit score, do you not date them because they have a low credit score?
Because you
Or
don't know, you never know what the situation was that caused that low credit score. So, like I said, we
okay, he said at least a 3 month waiting period. Okay, and that's what Nisa said, 3 months. So okay, that's
yeah,
that's not a long time, but that's enough time to really find out who somebody's character and really find out how they move. What about your
that's what I said.
friends? Do
That's what
you
I
do
said.
you
Trust your gut. It's about you and how you're really feeling about this person. You know what I'm saying? And you, again, the representative can show up at any time, but
He said, pray while you date. Well, yeah, yeah. Do
yeah,
you
but
live with your
I
mama?
just I just feel that Anna is crazy. I
Yeah.
just feel
But
that
but you know
you're
what?
comfortable.
She crazy in a good way, but she telling the truth because that's the questions now. Do you live with your mom? Like, how do you manage your money? Do you have investments? Or do you have investment properties? Like, what does your future look like? Where do you see yourself? Now, this has always been a question of mine. Where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years? I even asked this question to V when I met her. So this question has been around a lot. I think we got away from asking that question. Where do you see yourself? And if you see yourself in this position in 5 years, how do you plan to get there? Do you have money saved? What's your credit score? Like Anna said, do you have property? Do you have a savings? Do you have a 401k? Like what? Those are the questions. But as long as I can remember, those were some of the questions that were asked back then. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So those could be great questions. And most of the time, people that can't answer those questions haven't really set a foundation and thought about their future. For me, especially if you got somebody over 30, you ought to know that by now. Or you ought to have that or be on your way to finishing that goal. Anna said credit score is not the most important thing, and people do make mistakes. But if they are working on themselves, they have to show you and not tell you, do you have a college fund for your kids? Because that shows you are responsible. Yeah, the credit score is not really a big thing because that's something you guys can work on together. But you have to have some type of foundation. And that goes from the online dating to the in-person dating. When you're talking and you're talking about, like Kiki said, purpose. Date people with similar interests. Well, what do you mean similar interests? Can you be more specific when you say similar interests? Because I can say this. I can talk about myself and my wife. When we met, we we had a few things in common. Like we both like to travel. That was really one of the most things we had in common. We like to travel. We love our family. We like going to work. But we are so opposite. Like my wife works for the state. She does I what you call it? She deals with child support. She does case management. Me, I'm a nurse. I don't like paperwork. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I like taking care of people. She can't even stand the sight of blood. She can't. So I want to know what you mean a similar interest.
But I think
We
even with
like
that,
sports
even with
teams
the
and traveling. Yeah, like we
because
like to
I was gonna
travel.
say something had to attract you. Something had to
We
get that
like because
attraction
she's
anyway.
beautiful. That's what attracted me. Her spirit, her calmness. And we are so opposite. She's the calm person. She likes to talk things out with people. She doesn't like to argue. She doesn't like to raise her voice. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna tell you about your ass and I'm gonna say what I gotta say. We are so different. So sometimes opposites do attract, but I know you have to have something in common. Cause I know she gonna slap this guy. She right there in the other room. She can hear me. But no, I mean seriously, we had different things. And she says it all the time. Like, I don't know how I got with somebody in the medical field when I can't stand the sight of blood. I can't do this. I can't. She just can't. She can't stand the smell of poop. With her own shit. She can't do those things. Don't bother me. So those were our differences. But we work. We have different sports teams that we like, even though we're from the same city. I'm from New Orleans. She's from New Orleans. She like Dallas. She's a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm a diehard New Orleans Saints fan, but she's from New Orleans. So, we still have some common denominators. We both like wine. We love jazz music, so we had some small things, but for the most part, we love you too, baby. For the most part, we like a lot of different things. What he said, at least you like football. Yes, I do love football, but my wife is a sports person. She played basketball. She loves basketball. She loves it. We will watch golf, boxing. She took me to my first boxing match. I never watched it. I thought it was boring. Now I love boxing. So the thing is, you can have differences, but you also have to be willing to learn about some of the things that your mate like that you never thought about. Like I never thought in a million years I would go to a boxing match. I never thought in a million years I would go to a baseball game. I hated it. I thought it was boring. I tried to watch it on TV before I even knew what she existed. But she took me to a baseball game. Now I love it. I love baseball. I will watch it. So you still have to, you can't be with somebody that just love everything you do or that's interested in everything you do, but you have to learn how to complement each other in the different things that you like. So, he said true. Yes, yes. But V's a calm spirit. I'm just crazy. And she's my calming though. When I'm ready to go off on somebody and I'm ready, she pulls me in. Babe, look, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying. Don't go posting all that crap on social media. You got to think about it. That part. Be open to new ideas. And one thing my mother told me before she passed away, not right before she passed away, but throughout my life, my mother always said to me, no matter how long you've been with someone, I've been with my wife 25 years. We've been together 25 years. But my mother always told me, no matter how long you've been with someone, you will never, ever really know that person. And I never understood that question. I mean, that comment until I got married. Not even when I was dating, but until I got married. Because, like she said, people change every day. And it's not a bad thing. But people change every day because people want to be better. People want to do different things, and people change. So now you have to learn this new thing about your mate that's new. So again, you have to, girl, I'm crazy. And he's my calm. But it works though. I know you said it. It works. So, but how do you do that when you're online? How do you, if somebody doesn't like something and you say, well, I like this, but I would like for you to try it. I was never a wine drinker. I've always been a vodka. That's my drink of choice whenever I'm out. It'll be a mixed drink, but it's with vodka. I would sip a little wine, but when I met V, I became a wine connoisseur, honey. I love me some wine. But coming up in my 20s, I was in the club. I wanted the hard stuff. I would sip wine every now and then, holiday champagne and all that stuff. But when I got with V, I got more into it because she loves it. We went to wine tastings. We did things like that. And like Kiki, I know you got something new going around. So, are you learning the things that person likes that you may have not done, but you're willing to try?
I have.
Right.
Let's start with the ceviche. Let's start with that type of stuff.
That part.
That part. Let's start with, yeah. So it's a lot of it has to do with compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Because and like, back to what Jonathan was saying, similar interests. And what I meant, what I would say, similar interests, something has to attract you, something you like and that person like,
Right.
has to
Yeah.
attract,
Absolutely.
it could, of course, it could be the looks, it could the personality and all of that, but something that you all could have been, like you said, at a game or at a sports bar playing against each other, or whatever the case may be. and y'all met each other that way, but that was a similar interest because both of y'all
Right.
were interested in football, different teams, but the same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that, in a nutshell, like I say, can draw you to a person, but learning that person. So I'm very observant, very
That
observant.
you are.
So I love to, okay, so I'll sit and while, okay, I know Bayou Diva, she likes such and such, she likes such and such, she likes such and such. So I'm not gonna go out and grab, just say, oh, I'm gonna get this. No, I want it to mean something.
Yes.
You're personable. So I like to be personable when it comes to my people, whether it's my friend, my mate, or whatever the case may be. So I pay attention. I watch them. I watch, as you say, I watch how they move. I watch the things that they like and they don't like. Or
Yeah.
am I willing to try some new things? Of course. Because it's like, that's what life is about. Life is about change. Life is about
Yes.
challenging. And when you're out here, like I said, if you're dating and you're trying to get to know somebody and you're meeting this person, you want to learn them. You want to learn what they like and they don't like. And if it's some stuff, be like, I ain't, this what I'm not bending. I'll bend over here,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not bending on that. And it's still okay because you're compromised. You're saying, okay, I'm gonna, like I saying, being out in the big wide blue sea fishing, that's not my thing. Fishing. I done
That
it
part,
before?
Anna.
Yes. But to be with someone and to watch them and know that this is something that they love to do. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, this is interesting. So why not? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, like you were saying about UNV. Well, I was never did this before, but now
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. So yes, you pick up on those things. And if that person is definitely into you, they're gonna notice that you notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
will appreciate you saying, well, damn, you know what? I hadn't said, how did she know? Or how did he know? Or whatever. And you like, well, I pay attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to my person all the time. So I pop up, you know what I'm saying? If I know of something that is something that you like or something that he likes or whatever the case may be, shit, you know what I'm saying? You get that for that
Yeah.
person.
Yep.
Because they're like, well, then okay, so she's really into me because she's trying to get to know me. She's paying attention to me. And that's vice versa. You don't want, what I'm saying? You don't want it to be a one-way street all the time on the receiving end. Do I
Right.
love to receive? Yes. But like you say, it's you take pleasure in giving as well.
Yes.
Or seeing that person light up or seeing that person smile.
Yeah.
So meeting, being with someone, my kids are grown, but I still look for approval. Now, whether they like it, but I still, because it's just like with me, I want the person that I'm with, I want them to get along with my children, my adult children. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yes,
Yeah.
but you want that family thing because we are family oriented. So
Right.
it's like, if it's off, then you be like, okay, so what's the problem? So it's
Right.
got to be something. And we have to pay attention, whether they're little children or they're adult children. But we have to pay attention to our guts. We have to pay attention to our feelings. We have to pay attention to what's going on, the surroundings. Like you say, how he treat his family, how, you know what I'm saying, how they treat him. How they
Well, I didn't twist it. I didn't think about that, but you have to see how they treat him.
Yeah, because you like, okay, well, he going, he raving and raving about, and then you get around them and they looking at this nigga like, I don't know who, you know what I'm saying? You looking like, wait, wait, and if my spirit is off, I can't
Yeah.
fake. I can't sit in a place and put my hands in my lap and just
Yeah.
sit there like, yeah, you know what? I can't do that
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
an outgoing person. I'm a lively person, and that's how, you know what I'm saying, when you're around the people, I pick up on your energy. Energy is
Yeah.
good. So, but yeah, and all is well on the front. All is all is well. All is well. Definitely all is well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you want, the families to appreciate you. You want to be able to get along, but at the end of the day, it's you and that person. It's you and your person. They don't have to live with you. They don't have, what I'm saying? The family don't have to do anything that, you know what I'm saying? If you and your person, go
So
ahead.
how would you handle it if you met somebody online and you love them? I mean, it's working. Y'all seeing each other. Y'all, you met online, but you seeing each other. It's working, and and you introduce them to the family, and the family's like, mm-mm. What do you do? And see, my mom. This is one thing I miss about my mom. Oh my God, I could bring a friend home, a girlfriend from high school, from school. As I got older and started meeting ladies, I could bring somebody home, like, oh, mom, met this girl at work, blah, 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 introduce them. And lo and behold, when they leave out the house, my mama said, that ain't, she ain't right, he ain't right, or blah, blah, blah. And back then you're young, you're like, he all right, that's my boyfriend, or that's my friend. And Lord behold, and I thank God I had the opportunity to tell my mother this before she passed. Everybody that she told me wasn't right, wasn't right. Every last person
Hmm.
she told me that wasn't right, wasn't right.
Because again, energy and spirit, and you have to be able to understand that. Like you said, as young and teenager, we just going off. That's our parents. She just don't want me around them. She just don't want me this.
Mm-hmm.
Until you
Mm-hmm.
become that other person, you become that,
The older people were absolutely right. And I know mine
and they
was.
still
She
and they
was.
still are. And we're becoming the older people. But
Yes.
we are learning. We learn from them. So like say your child, you tell your child, hey, I'm telling you, don't go over there,
Mm-hmm.
or don't go there, or that person, like you said, I am very big on that. I'm very, very big on that. And I'm gonna tell you, at my job, one of the jobs I used to work on, and I would not lie to you, it was to the point to where the office manager, when she got ready to hire somebody, she would
Mm-hmm.
just bring me in to sit in on it.
Oh Lord.
I didn't even have to say anything. It wasn't like she brought me in, and then she would ask me after, what did you think about this person, or how did you feel about this person, or whatever the case may be. Because previously I would say things and tell her, and they would do the opposite, and they would wind up it would bite them in the ass. But I would just go on about my business because, hey, I just work here. But they would literally pull me in. So it's that energy, that you give off. It's that spirit that you give off. But to answer your question, I have been in a situation to where, what I'm saying, I like this person because what they're giving me is nothing that my people are saying. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, it's almost like you got to bump your head
Mm-hmm.
on your own,
Yeah.
because it's like, they say, well, yeah, this person here, this person. You like, well, I feel you. And not that you know that they're not going to lie to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they've been around this person probably longer than you have, or whatever the case may be. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, they're not showing me that. I'm not
Yeah.
feeling that. I'm not picking up on that. But then I started to pick up on that. I started to see things, but I had to do it on my own.
Yeah. But Jonathan say parents see things you didn't. And it was so crazy.
Yeah,
And I just
yeah,
I would always be like, Ma, you don't even know them, Ma. You
right,
just met the girl, or
exactly.
you just met the boy. You
Yeah,
don't even know them. And she said, I don't need to know them.
I
I
don't have to
know
know them.
what I know this.
Yeah,
They ain't right.
yep. That's the first thing they say. Yeah, I ain't gotta know them.
Mm-hmm.
I know they ain't right though.
I do know that. Nah. And I used to be so mad with my mom.
Hi.
Hey,
Thanks for
that's my
tuning in.
cousin. Hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
And I used to be so mad with my mom because I thought she just didn't like none of my friends. I like, well, I ain't gonna have no friends because every time I bring somebody here, you like that ain't nah, I don't. And then she told me about one girl. She said, "Don't bring that girl back to my house." And I was like, "Well, what? Why, mom?" She said, "Just don't bring that. I don't want that girl in my house.
Mm-hmm.
That girl ain't right. Don't bring her back to my house." And then I ain't tell her the girl, but I was just like, well, she wanted to come. Girl, no, well, we gonna go here. I never really told her, look, my mama don't want you at her house no more.
Right,
Now, I don't know what
right.
you did or what she felt, but she don't want you here. I never did that. I just like, no, girl, well, let's go here. Let's go see what so and so doing, and we went to somebody else's house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just people. Just be careful.
Just,
Um,
just
you
be
you, you
careful.
know you can screen
Follow
people.
your first mind.
Follow your first, and
Follow,
like Kiki said, your gut
that gut is not
and
gonna
your
lie to
first
you.
mind will never lead
It's
you
not gonna
wrong.
lie. It is not
It,
gonna lie to you.
it will never lead you wrong. And then sometimes you get that feeling, you be like, oh, for real? But you better listen.
Yeah.
You
And
better
so you get it,
listen
and it
to your
becomes
gut.
so to the strong, and it becomes so overwhelming and
Hmm.
overpowering. You trying to figure out, like, Lord, what is it? Like, what I mean, that hit, and you be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
You have to sit back on that thing. You be like, oh, okay. So what was it? What did I do? Where did I go? You know what I'm saying? For this to come about, to come up, come on me. And then you think about it, you be like, oh, okay. All right, God,
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
If you got a relationship with them, you know what I'm saying? You could talk that and be like, you know what? I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We got a relationship. He be sitting there, he scratch his head at me. He be shaking his head at me. But yeah, you got to be able to have that, true conversation.
Yeah.
Like I said, at the end of the day, you want everybody that I know of want to be happy. Everybody wants love. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't, you don't. But and it's hard out here. If you out here, you're not married already. You know what I'm saying? You hadn't been with your, significant other for, long time. It's hard because you got to decipher and you got to weed out and you got to be like, oh, golly,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You letting the air out the tires out the, oh, everybody,
Yeah.
but you just have to be careful and not be so quick to
Yeah.
say because I don't want to be by myself or I'm tired of being single or when you gonna send me somebody? He sent him to you. He was fired too, but he sent him to you. You sent him away. He
Yeah.
sent him to you, but he had a little, like I said, he had a little keg going on, but he didn't mind your keg either. You know what I'm saying? He just sent him
He
to
said he
you.
had a keg, baby. He had a
And
keg.
what? But he wanted you to be, you know what I'm saying? He wanted you to be washboard. But so we have to pay attention to all of the signs because I promise you they are giving them. They are
Yeah.
giving. Ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Be inquisitive. That ain't, I mean, if somebody has a problem with you asking questions, then that's the problem.
That's the first red flag.
That's a problem. If they got a problem with you asking questions, because I want to know. Why you asking? Because I want to know.
Right.
You
Yep. I want
can
to
ask
know.
me what you want to ask me. Like I said, if I choose to say, well, you know what? I don't feel that and that's another thing, Bayou Diva. Like we were talking about timing.
Hmm.
So there's a time and a place. So
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna spill my guts to you and I just met you.
Right.
You're not gonna get it all. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
I'm not
can.
giving you everything. Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know you. So you have to ease into it. You got
Yeah.
to teeter totter,
Yeah.
teeter
Yeah.
totter.
Yeah,
But
you
you have to,
definitely do.
when you feel comfortable enough, then you put a little bit more out there on the plate. You know what I'm saying? You put ease it out there. But
Hmm.
you don't just say, okay, well, you know what? I'm putting it all on the table. Yeah, I like this. And he's sitting there looking at you like,
Hmm.
okay, it's time to go because you done did too much.
You did too much.
You done did too
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
get to know a person, hang out with them. See, like you say, see what they like and they don't like. See their mannerism. Are you willing to deal with him if he sit at the table and he smack? Are you willing to deal with him if he tap the table? Are you willing to deal with
Yeah.
these things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that ain't gonna change him. He does, and nobody has probably ever said anything to him. That's probably why he's still doing it.
Right.
They probably
Right.
just said, you know what? I ain't dealing with no, he do but you can't knock a person for just that little bit of thing. You can have a conversation, be like, hey, bro, hey, what? Just have a conversation with him, like, can you got you like that? I mean, you really got to do that in a loving, I'm saying, a jokingly way to where
Yeah.
he'll bring attention to it and make him aware of it. And then
Of
when
what
he
he's doing.
around you,
Yeah,
if he
because a lot
likes
of times
you,
people do things that they're not aware they're doing.
exactly, and if he likes
Yeah.
you, then he'll be willing to change that up.
Adjust some
Then
things.
he'll be willing to adjust that. But if he don't, he be like, shit, I'm gonna smack him, do whatever I want to do. Then yeah, that's why you.
Wow. Well, y'all, this was like an awesome, awesome topic
It
to talk
was,
about.
yeah,
Online dating. I learned a lot about online dating. It's just not my preference, but I've learned a lot about it. You just gotta be careful,
that's it. At
and
the end
and
of it,
and that goes with in-person dating.
yep,
You just have to be careful because people are just on different playing fields. They're on different levels. So you got to make sure that it's somebody that like Jonathan said, have some type of similarities or some type of something. But also keep in mind that you shouldn't be giving your personal information out on day 1, 2, and 3. You should not be doing that. And like I said, what brought this conversation on is the situation of someone who was online dating, sold a house, moved from one state, moved to another state, moved this guy in that she been dating online a year, met one time, moved into the house, and then he cleaned her bank account out. So you just have to just be careful and just be mindful of the information that you're putting out there when you are online dating. I'm not saying online dating is bad, but it could be very dangerous. So you just have to just be aware. Just be aware of what you're talking about. Just be aware of how much personal information you're giving somebody online because nowadays AI is taking over everything. It can make it look like a real person you talking to.
yeah,
And these scammers have gotten so creative that they will go and make pages just so they can scam somebody out of $500. Like, it makes no sense. It really makes no sense. So, I hope that you guys learned something tonight because I learned a lot about online dating. I learned about depression. I mean, sextortion and revenge porn. And I didn't know that kind of stuff existed. Like you gonna try to get money out me because I sent you a nude, and now you gonna post my picture all over the internet because I don't want to give you $500.
uh,
Like I had
yeah.
no idea about. I knew about extortion, but I knew anything about sex extortion and revenge porn. Like who has the time to sit and think about doing that to somebody? Like that is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
But again, like they said, the negative psychological things about it is people feel rejected. You know, they feel what else? They feel rejected. They feel like they can't be in a setting and talk to people. So this is why they go to online dating, but they have real people out there who just have a problem talking to people in person. Like there's some people who they just can't do it. They nervous. It makes them nervous. They don't like crowds. So those people go to things like that. But we just have to be careful. We have to be mindful. We have to understand that those people have families just like we have families. Those people have kids and little girls and little boys just like we do. So try not to take advantage of people. And like I think it was Sheila who said earlier that karma is gonna come back. It's going to come back.
Has no choice.
And what y'all don't understand and what y'all need to understand is karma will come, but it might not even touch you. It might ruin your kid's life and they ain't even begin a life.
Yep.
So it don't necessarily come back to you,
yep.
but it comes back to something that's connected to you. So just be mindful, you guys out there, when you're dating online, in person. Like they said, the best way to meet people is through mutual friends, through work, clubs, bars, or restaurants where there's a lot of people, and then you take it the next step with maybe meeting up and having a more private conversation. But like Kiki said, a lot of people are just private and they don't want to do that, but that's what the online is for. So just make sure you're checking these people out. They give you their name. You can do a search on them. Do a search.
You better.
These searches, most of these searches are free, but if you want to get in depth, it's like $15-20.
You better.
Is your safety worth $20? Yes. Do an in depth. You got police friends, you got lawyer friends. Look them up.
Absolutely.
Use your friends' services.
Absolutely.
And it's all for your safety. So, I think this was a great I'm glad we talked about this again because, like I said, I learned a lot. The psychological effects of online dating. I learned the scary things about online dating, but I also learned that online dating is the number one dating tool, not even in person anymore. Online is the number one. That's crazy to me, but it is as of 2024.
Yep.
And that also could have happened because of COVID, and people just felt more comfortable online because they started doing things online. So that could have happened during that era as well.
Yeah.
But, guys, just be safe. Just, check everything out and just try to, be as honest as you can and just try to find out as much information about everybody that you can when you're dating.
Yep.
You got anything to say, Key?
Oh no, like I said, this was good. This was great topic. But for those of you that are still on here, we do have some couple of things that's coming up soon. We have my Mother's Day, my pre-Mother's Day brunch that's coming up May the 3rd.
Do we have your flyer on here?
You should be.
No, but I don't see your flyer, but we do have TLA.
I thought Nisa had it on there. It should have been, but
wait, hold on, let me see. Nope, I don't see it. But we do have a TLA's 13th annual Ageless Beauty and Bold Fashion Show coming up on what's the date? Oh, June 8th. Doors open at 4. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. This always sells out. This show always sells out. So you might want to get your tickets. Hit my girl Kiki up for some tickets. Hit my girl Lady K up. They are a part of TLA agency, the Lingell agency. And you can get your tickets to the Ageless Beauty and Bold Fashion Show June 8th. I promise y'all, they will sell out. they sell out. Tina sells out her show every year. So we thank you guys for tuning in, for rocking with us, always rocking with us. We were supposed to do something really big this past weekend because we came up on our 2-year mark. March 2nd made 2 years that the Ladies Den have been on air. We thank you guys for your support. We thank you guys for your continued support and rocking with us every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Make sure that you go and like us on Facebook, like and follow us on Facebook, like and follow us on Instagram, and also please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Ladies Podcast, The Ladies Den Podcast. So, all right, that's it, y'all. We are out.
For tuning in.
Wait a minute, y'all.
See you next Thursday from 7 to 9.
You're out. This thing. It ain't. I don't know. It's not playing for me. Well, let me.
Lady K, are you ready?
Hey, thank you for joining us in the Den. You can find us here live streaming every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you next week.
It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popping in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait till a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message. Ain't no room for hazing. Enjoy the entertainment. Locked in to the Ladies Den, so there's no confusion. They love what they do. You are locked in to the Ladies Den.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.
Oh, I did. Oh. Listen to that. Well, let me in there. I don't want to play it again. Stay in the studio until I really playing the right. Oh, so
Lady K.